Morning, everyone. My name is Captain Rich D'Ambrosio. I'm the Troop Commander up here in Troop M Bethlehem. With me today, I have Trooper Mark Allen, CSO here at Bethlehem, Coroner Scott Grimm from Lehigh County, Jim Martin, Lehigh County District Attorney, Lieutenant Joe Sokolowski, the Crime Section Commander in the Troop, and Lieutenant Brad Getz, the Station Commander at Troop M Fogelsville. We had an incident last night at the Walmart on Mill Creek Road in Lower Macungie Township, Lehigh County. I'm going to go through a timeline of what occurred out there. At approximately 8:50 p.m., a subject entered the Walmart wearing a mask and a wig. Now, this mask that he had was a very lifelike mask. It was like one of those silicone masks, looked extremely lifelike. But when you looked closely at it, you could tell that it was a mask. So he goes in there masked up with a wig on. He's in the store for approximately 15 minutes, walking through the aisles, shopping. He fills up a cart, loads up a cart. At some point, a loss prevention officer at Walmart notices him and knows that this is a subject who fits the description of someone that was involved in a recent theft up in at a Walmart up in Schuylkill County. So they had a theft earlier in the month. They put a bolo out to the other Walmarts in the area that, hey, this guy comes in, he's masked up, this is what he looks like, this is what he did. The subject up in that theft in early March, he was confronted by a loss prevention officer as he's trying to walk out of the door, and he actually pulled a handgun on the person. So they stepped away and he left. So loss prevention, they start following this gentleman around the store, and they contact State Police Barracks in Fogelsville. Fogelsville received a call at 9:07 p.m. for a suspicious person who's walking around the store with a mask on. The trooper arrived on the scene 2 minutes from the time he got the call. So he was in the area. He got the call at 9:07, arrived at 9:09. As the trooper enters the store, it's one of those super centers, so it's a very big store, the Walmart. He gets in there, starts to try to find the loss prevention officer so they can direct him where this individual is. I guess at some point, this guy sees the trooper come in, and he leaves the cart that he had, the full cart, in one of the aisles, and he attempts to leave the store. So the trooper follows him out of the store. Just as he's exiting the store, the trooper tells him to stop, and the subject takes off running. He's running across the parking lot. We watched this all on surveillance cameras from Walmart, which they have for inside the store and outside the store. So we watched it later on. He's running through the parking lot. We had numerous witnesses there that see him as he's being chased by the trooper. He pulls a handgun, a black semi-automatic pistol, out of the waistband of his pants as he's running from the troopers. The troopers yelling at him to stop. When he gets to his car, the subject turns around and he fires one shot towards the trooper. He gets in his vehicle, and then the trooper fires several rounds at this subject, striking him multiple times. The subject was deceased at the scene from multiple gunshots. We located the .40 caliber Glock pistol in his lap there at the scene. We're still in the early phases of the investigation. The trooper that was involved in this is a 4-year veteran of the department. Just very recently transferred into the troop. Actually, this is his first week in the troop. He's been on the job for 4 years, but this is his first week in the troop. The investigation itself is being handled by the Troop M Major Case Team. The lead investigator is a trooper out of the Dublin Barracks down in Bucks County, and the Lehigh County District Attorney's Office is working with us in conjunction with this investigation. So we're working hand in hand with this. They were out at the scene last night with us, last night as well, the entire time. As with any of our officer-involved shootings, the trooper has been placed on administrative duty. This is something that's routine for us. Any shootings or any serious police incidents, the trooper is automatically placed on administrative duty. while the investigation takes place on the internal affairs side and also through the district attorney's office. So at this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Jim Martin so he can have a few words.
Thank you, Captain. Good morning, everyone. As the captain indicated, there were 3 Lehigh County detectives from the Homicide Task Force on scene last night. I was there as well. They will continue to be involved in the investigation as it goes forward. At the conclusion of the investigation, I will issue a report with my findings as to whether or not this shooting was justified. However, based upon the information that we have to this point, it would appear to me that preliminarily it was a justifiable shooting. Thank you.
I'll try to answer any questions that you have right now. I do ask that you keep it brief, but I'll try to answer if anybody has any questions. Was the trooper hurt at all? No, he was not.
Was anybody else hurt?
No, ma'am.
Were you able to confirm that this suspect was the same suspect from the Schuylkill County?
Not yet. We're pretty sure, but we have not been able to confirm that yet.
You said the suspect fired just one shot at the trooper?
Yes, sir.
And that's the only shot he fired?
That was the only shot.
Okay.
Was he inside or outside the van at the time he fired?
He was outside the van at the time of the shooting, and then he gets into the van and it points the gun again at the trooper, and that's when the trooper fired rounds at him.
And the trooper shot through a window? Was it through?
Correct, sir. Through a window and through the side door.
And he could see into the van at the time?
Yes, sir.
And is it on video that it shows that the assailant fired first?
Yes, it is. Yes.
You said the trooper was with the Fogelsville barracks for his first week with Fogelsville barracks?
First week there.
Where had he been before that?
He was up in the Hazelton troop.
Did he serve in any other police departments before being joined the state police?
Not that I know, but I'm not sure.
Can you speak to how the trooper's doing at this time?
He's doing okay. We spoke to him last night at the scene. Obviously, spoke to him again this morning just to check on him, and obviously he's fired up a little bit, but he's doing okay.
Are you waiting on an autopsy?
The autopsy, I believe, is tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Do you know if the gun was legally owned by the suspect?
I don't have that information. I don't know.
Has the suspect's next of kin been identified?
Yes, sir. They were notified early this morning.
And are you going to identify the suspect?
Not today.
Do you know where he's from?
Can we ask why?
He's from Berks County, and the reason why we're not identifying him right now is we just literally notified the family about 6 hours ago at 3 o'clock this morning. So we want to give them a chance to reach out to their extended family and friends before we release the information. I'm sure we'll have that information tomorrow, though.
Was there anybody else in the van?
No, he's alone.
Did he have anybody with him in the school, or did the subject in Schuylkill County have anybody?
That subject was alone, too, as far as we know.
And did he successfully shoplift anything in Schuylkill County? Or I'm a little unclear on that.
Yeah, I don't know. From what I saw, there were still pictures of that incident. He's going up to the door with a full shopping cart. Someone stops him. He pulls a gun out, and that's the last thing we saw of that. So I don't know if he left with the shopping cart or if he just left with nothing.
And again, just to clarify, the assailant was sitting in the van when he was shot multiple times by the trooper?
Correct.
Can you tell us what was in the cart when he was taken?
I don't remember. I know there were a bunch of gas cans in the car. That was the one thing that stuck out, but that's all I remember. I saw 2 big red gas canisters that he had in the car.
Are you talking about last night or up in Schuylkill County?
Last night.
Was the Walmart reopened?
Yeah. We released the scene at I believe it was 2:30 in the morning, and they opened up then.
I'm sorry, did he pull his weapon on the trooper?
He pulled his weapon while he was actually running from the trooper. He's running through the parking lot. He pulls the gun out, continues to run with his back towards the trooper. When he gets to the vehicle that he's about to get into, he turns around and fires around at our trooper.
The trooper was given multiple commands.
And yeah, that's correct. Yes, the trooper was yelling the entire time. State police, stop, stop. So, I mean, he was given more than enough notice that he was being chased by a police officer.
Was it just the one trooper who responded to the initial call?
It was one trooper that responded to the initial call. We had 2 troopers roll up to the scene just as the shooting took place, but they were still in their car when the last shot was fired.
Are there dash cam videos and state police cruisers?
The dash cam video of the trooper that was involved, it's not going to show anything.
What about the 2 that rolled up?
I haven't checked those yet. I'm not sure if our investigators have looked at them or not.
Will you be releasing any surveillance from Walmart?
No, not at this time.
I'm sorry, have you given the name of the trooper?
No, I won't give out the name.
No name.
No name.
So just to be clear, the suspect refused multiple commands from inside into outside the store.
Right. He was first encountered in the vestibule, and from what I was told, as soon as those doors opened, he took off, and that's when the trooper started chasing him. But yes, his initial encounter was in the vestibule just before they got out.
Was the suspect known to police priors?
He has had priors.
And can you describe this mask again? You say it's lifelike. I take it looks like a normal person, just not
Yeah,
that person.
absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It looks like one of those masks that you see. It's almost kind of like we were describing it at the scene last night, like those, like the movie Halloween, like that Jason Myers type mask, but more realistic though.
Is it a celebrity, like imitating a
I don't
celebrity?
think so. It could be, but I don't think so.
Can you speak to how many people were in the Walmart parking lot when this gunfire was going on?
It wasn't that many. There were a few cars. He actually almost got hit by a car when he ran in front of a car.
The trooper?
No, the suspect. I don't know how many people were outside of their vehicles at that time. I know for a fact at least 4 people, and 2 of those 4 saw him pulling a gun out of his waistband.
And so, again, he fires one shot, the trooper returns how many shots?
The trooper fired, I'm not sure, I believe it was 9 rounds.
Again, what initiated is he was shoplifting at the store, as you said, you had a cart full of
Right,
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah,
he
we,
obviously didn't pay for.
right, we got a call from Walmart saying that this subject was in there. They thought he was a possible in there to shoplift, and that he had been involved in a shoplifting incident. They thought it was the same subject that was involved in one a couple weeks earlier where he pulled a gun on someone when he left.
And his first encounter with troopers once he exited the store.
Yes, in the vestibule as he's leaving the store.
How far was the suspect when he pulled a gun or fired at the trooper?
They were probably about 15 yards away.
And can you the age of the suspect?
He is late 20s.
Was it almost immediate after the first shot from the suspect and the trooper returned fire?
Yes, yeah, immediately it was.
And he passed away in the vehicle?
In the vehicle, yes. Our troopers, actually, when he got hit, he's in the driver's side. The top of his body falls over the console. Our troopers got a ballistic shield to go up to the car to check on him because they were checking on they wanted to check to make sure if they could help him or not. But when they checked on him, he had expired.
Now, you said he fired at the trooper. He fired before he entered the vehicle?
Exactly.
And then the troopers returned fire, but he was inside the car already?
Exactly,
when
sir.
they returned fire?
Correct.
Do you know if there was any previous police-involved shootings involving Bogasville Barracks in recent memory?
Not that I know of. I've been up here a year now. We haven't had one in the last year. Before that, I'm not sure, but none that come to mind.
So what was the total shots that were fired in this?
Well, he fired 1 and our trooper fired 9. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more question. How many times was the suspect hit?
7.
7.
7 times.
Well, it'll be determined at
Yeah,
autopsy,
as
but
far as-
multiple
yeah,
times.
Multiple times. Yeah, we think 7. We're not sure right now.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.